Hello everyone. So I have stopped using Google Photos, not completely. Now, whenever I take a photograph from my mobile phone, and if I know that particular photograph is really, really important, for example, normally what I do when I pay for like parking and when I get like slips like these, I always take a photograph and I make sure that I back it up. And only for these very, very important photographs that I want to back up immediately, I manually upload those to Google Photos. And for normal photographs, if I'm taking a photograph, I don't really back it up on Google. What I normally do is of course, when I go back or reach back home, and whenever I'm on my network, my photos are synced or downloaded to maybe my computer, and then of course I delete it from the mobile phone. Now that works for the files and in general any file that I want to back it up. And that is also true for the files that I have on my computer. I use Syncthing basically. So Syncthing is great. And if you're using Syncthing, then you can, of course, manage your file backups or syncing the files very nicely. Now, although Syncthing is great and it comes with a web interface, you can keep it running in the background, which is something that I try to do, although I should be a bit more careful. Today I actually accidentally deleted like very important folder, and fortunately I had a backup, so I was able to revert it. But I try to keep Syncthing always on. So basically, if two of my computers are on, then Syncthing is always running. Now the problem with Syncthing is, which is not really a problem, but Syncthing is basically for files, and it won't really care if the file is an image. Now the requirement was for me to find a Google photo alternative, and what I wanted to do mainly was to of course you have the photos on your mobile phone, but once the photos are backed up to your storage, then you don't really have a way to view those photos. I mean, the way Google Photos work, once you back up the photos, you can actually delete it from your device, and that is actually great. And I am looking for a solution. I don't really have a solution, to be honest, right now. I definitely want to back up the files, like image files, to somewhere, but I should also have a way to view those files, if possible. I mean, I'm sure it is possible. And I tried, or I should say, I am evaluating a couple of options. I'm looking at setting up my own cloud, which could be online, which I'm not massively keen to do. But if I have to do it, I'll do it. Like I'll probably, just set up something, some VPS of mine, or even if those files are available on my local network, I'm happy with that. But basically, I'm looking for some kind of a viewer. And today I was, or not today, but I have done some research in the past, and based on my personal research, I found this photo app, or not photo prism.app, and it can actually do like a lot of those things that I believe I'm looking for, like viewing the photos. And it has, of course, some capabilities where it can like tag your photos and also show those photos, I believe, somewhere on a map, if I'm not wrong. And it can also uh, do some recognition of the photo, like the faces. And it looks good so far. And I believe this is what I will try. For example, if they have a very nice demo, and if you look at their demo here, you can see something um, on a map as well, based on, I believe, the location. So this is interesting. I think I quite like the idea, and it will it has a mobile app as well. So that is, of course, wonderful, and it can also recognize faces, which is again useful. So I'm thinking of using Photo Prism, and so far my initial impression is good. And my main requirement is that I should be able to access my photos that are stored somewhere, from my network. And if I have to set up that storage network, always on network on NAS, I'll do that. Even if it is not online, that is not a problem. As long as it is somewhere on the network, that would be wonderful. I think if it is online, then that would be a plus. And I guess it can be done. I guess I'll probably just be able to host it some like on one of my VPS. But the problem with hosting it online is that it will consume a lot of storage, and that is again a problem. But this is again just one. I mean, I'm just looking at PhotoPrism app, which is for viewing. I'm not really concerned with the backing up files because I'm using Syncthing for that. But if you have any suggestions, if you have any ideas on how I can, maybe what I'm looking for is an alternative or self-hosted Google Photo alternative. I guess that is what I am looking for, and I don't really want something too complicated. I'm sure there are ways, and of course it has to be open source. I know you can do that with. I think Amazon also has a similar service, and I mean I can use that, but I'm looking for of course open source based option, and something that should be like very simple. I mean, I don't really want to install too many things, and just for like viewing the photos. As long as I can view the photos somewhere, I don't even mind if it is like a very simple app. I'm not really sure how this PhotoPrism app will work, because if I'm, let us say, looking at these photos, and if I have to do something with this photo, let us say I want to share it with someone, I'm not really sure if I can do that or not. That would be, I believe, wonderful. But I think in this area, in this domain, there are not many options based on my little research so far. I tried a couple of things in the past. I'm aware of OwnCloud. I tried it, but I think it was too complicated, or I should say, it was too much like hassle. Like you have to basically configure it, and it works nicely, and I was happy with that. But I gave up. I gave up on OwnCloud. I think OwnCloud is very popular. Many people use it, and they just self-host it somewhere on their network. I think they have changed their. Is it this one, OwnCloud, or something else? Okay, OwnCloud community. I think they have this community edition. I guess something like that. But anyways, so yeah, that is it. That is it for today's video. Bye bye.